The Brian Gould Show features content from the internet and current events throughout the world. All photos, videos, names, and other content is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't fall asleep. It's rude.
Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the Brian Gould Show. I'm your host, Brian Gould, with
Shane on Mike.
Laffy McLafferson over here.
Shane on Mike here.
Yeah, Shane on Mike. Get your heebie-jeebies out of the way. We're here to talk about the week that was. What a crazy week. It's been a long week for me. Took the kids to Busch Gardens earlier this week. More out. It was nice earlier in the day. Ever been to Busch Gardens, Mike?
No, not really.
Not really? Either you have or you haven't, or you just, No,
never.
No, never.
But I heard it's fun.
It's pretty good. It was nice. Got there really early in the morning. Weather was decent, and then right around midday, like noon, 1 o'clock, the heat and humidity started kicking in and kicking our butts, wearing us down. Kids had a blast. I had a blast. I haven't had that much fun at an amusement park in quite a long time. I usually go and hate it because of the heat. Florida heat sucks. Just drains you. But kids had fun. That's all that's important. Guess what I'm getting ready to crack into? For those of you that can't see, well, none of you can see, except for me and Mike. That was a can of Surge. Remember Surge? Back in the 90s? It was Coke's version of Mountain Dew to compete with Pepsi. Love this stuff. Ever have Surge? You've had Surge, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's helplessly addicting. It was the first ever energy drink ever from Coca-Cola.
For Coke, yeah. You remember Jolt? Did you ever have Jolt?
Yeah, it wasn't a very good...
this stuff was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
It advertised twice the caffeine, which means you stayed up for like 4 days straight. I remember trying that as a kid, and I didn't like it. My buddy Nate, though, man, he crushed through it. He lived by it for one summer. I'll never forget. I'd spend the night at his house, and he'd drink that, and we'd stay up playing Super Nintendo for 20 hours straight. And I'd fall asleep, wake up, and he'd still be playing. His eyes would be like bloodshot and barely open, but his hands would be shaking.
Oh, man, I remember those little times grabbing a few cans of Surge, and then the all-night video game thing would be, just going all night,
This stuff's freaking good. I love it.
Oh, yeah, I love it, too.
Slamming this down. Super Nintendo. I love Super Nintendo. I was a big Street Fighter 2 guy. Loved the Street Fighter 2
I loved the Street Fighter.
Yeah, and I had friends that liked Mortal Kombat, but I wasn't a big Mortal Kombat guy.
All right, we have McDonald's All Day Breakfast menu, and right now it's half and half. Right now it is McDonald's right now doesn't really feel that it's living its expectations. I saw it a few nights ago. I was in the in there, and not a lot of people are ordering breakfast, but I watched through the drive-thru. The drive-thru is real busy, but it's just not really a big deal, McDonald's, I know everyone's ordering off the dollar menu, and it's literally McDonald's is just losing its sales, and it's, it's just unbelievable, and, it's just not living its expectation.
No, it's not. The franchisees, the franchise owners are pissed right now because a lot of people that are ordering breakfast throughout the day are getting the dollar stuff, and it's slowing ticket times down. It's bringing ticket costs down, items or cost per ticket. I got stuck in drive-thru the other night coming home. I was there almost 35 minutes and didn't order anything. I got one car behind the intercom, and you know how it splits into two. Some of the McDonald's have it splits into two. Maybe most of them do now. I don't know, but I was stuck there. And I don't know if there was just one girl working the drive-through and cooking or what, but we sat there forever. I couldn't believe it. It got to the intercom, and the girl's like, thank you for coming to McDonald's. This is cash only tonight. And I'm like, cash only? Really? Since when? And she's like, yeah, it's cash only, our credit card machine's down. And I was like, yeah, right, forget that. So waited another 15, 20 minutes before I finally got a chance to drive through and get out of there. But literally, I was there like 30, 35 minutes. It's really upsetting a lot of people. I don't know, breakfast 24 hours a day. If you want breakfast 24 hours a day, go to IHOP, go to Denny's.
Or go to Steak and Shake.
Or go home and make it your damn self.
Yeah.
Speaking of food, right now there's a Subway in Oregon that's under the spotlight right now. A kid ordered a sub and went to bite into it and found a mouse in his sub. It was wrapped up in the lettuce that he had in there. Or not the lettuce, but the spinach, rather. He didn't like completely flip out. He thought it was kind of crazy, but it's kind of sick all in one token there. He ordered an Italian sub. His buddy and him were sitting there just talking. All of a sudden, he just pulls it apart, and boom, there's a dead mouse, black mouse sitting there. And they posted pictures of it up on Facebook. I'll have a link directly to the story and the picture on my Twitter page. So if you're not a follower on Twitter, it'll actually redirect over to Facebook. You can see it on Facebook. But health officials didn't do anything as far as shutting the location down because the management ended up throwing away all the food, wiped everything down. They did a full inspection on it and ended up giving it thumbs up, said that you can't really get sick from eating spinach that had a dead mouse in it. But it wasn't the location's fault, come to find out. It ended up being whoever provides the spinach for them, that's who's going to get the brunt of it as far as health department wise. But Subway gets all the bad press.
Yeah, Subway, speaking of related, in Alaska, a woman decided to lock herself in a Subway up in Alaska, Anchorage. Decided to lock herself in the restroom for 2 hours and then decided to come out fully nude and decided to destroy the Subway restaurant. Can you believe that?
That's nice for the kids to see. Jeez. Crazy
wow,
people. Alaska's so remote. There's nothing to do there except for crazy crap like that. I think it's like one of the top 2 or 3 most depressing states to live in, besides Washington and Oregon, because it's just overcast and dreary, and a lot of pill poppers there just trying to save themselves from depression.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not surprised that would happen in Alaska, but
yeah, I couldn't believe it. This coming Monday we got the Brock Lesnar Stone Cold podcast. I got one prediction. I think Brock Lesnar and Stone Cold are gonna finally make that match happen at WrestleMania 32.
I don't know. I got mixed emotions about it. I don't know if Steve can hang with him now. I don't know. Steve's in good shape. He works out, but I don't know if his neck and back could hold up to a match like that. Brock Lesnar just destroyed Big Show, and he's going to destroy The Undertaker in 2 weeks. That's for sure. I don't know. Maybe they put it together. We'll see.
Because I remember when Heyman had the podcast, he let everyone know that he was more than 100% better than ever, and I couldn't believe it, and he let that, he didn't tell the WWE anything, and he just kept that secret to himself until Heyman pressed that fact.
It did get drawn out, and I think that it's a match that Vince won't allow. It's definitely a headliner. It'd sell a lot of tickets for the event and the show, but Steve's not in ring shape, I don't think, and I think Brock would just destroy him. It'd be a 3-minute match. Anybody that Brock gets in the ring with right now is going to be a 3-minute match. There's just nobody that makes sense to have a 15 to 20 minute match unless they push Roman Reigns again. Roman has been the only one that gave him a good run.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe, but we'll see what happens this Monday on the WWE Network,
Yeah,
everyone tune into that. It's going to be good to hear from both those guys, you know?
Did you hear about the guy in Oregon? He's 21 years old, decides that he wants his girlfriend to bring him home some cheeseburgers from an In-N-Out burger joint. Well, she forgot, and he ends up kicking her butt, beats her up, punches her, beats her with his cane. Now, why does he have a cane? Because he's 6'2" and weighs over 300 pounds. So obviously his body can't sustain the weight that he has, and he's pissing and moaning because he didn't get cheeseburgers. He actually admitted it to the authorities when they got there, that he was mad at her and he beat her up. 300 pounds and mad because he didn't get cheeseburgers. Now, your fat ass definitely should not be mad that you didn't get cheeseburgers. You should be eating salad, or hell, walk your fat butt up to the In-N-Out burger and get it your darn self.
Yeah, I can't believe some, you know, that's what's wrong with the world, you know. Guys think they can, you know, dominate over women. That's bullshit. And, you know, and I cannot believe, you know, this guy had the nerve to do that. It's just not right, you know.
No, it's not. You don't beat up, let alone a woman, over cheeseburgers. I'd like to see him try that with Ronda Rousey, see how far he can get.
Ronda Rousey would knock
him right out.
Yeah, literally.
Or rip his arm off his body.
Oh, man.
Again, that's in Oregon. So, see, like I said earlier, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, all the crazy, weird mental things happen there, it sounds like.
But, and later, up in California, Target had a little incident where they had pornographic sounds played over the intercom, and people were stunned.
Nice.
And they got literally shut down for a few days, and they're still investigating that whole ordeal.
That's an inside employee that recorded something or played it off their phone. I remember when I worked at a grocery store up in northern Michigan, you grab the phone, you know how they, you know, hey Mike, you got to call on line 4, Mike, in Dairy, call on line 4, that intercom system. It's just one little button that you press on the back of the receiver, and boom, somebody played something over the intercom.
Yeah, that made Target really upset, you know. All the customers were just stunned. I know one mom pulled her children, covered their ears, and just walked out in disgust, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I get that. The kids shouldn't hear it, but adults, honestly, why are you getting all upset? Like you've never heard moans and groans before. Yeah, it's not appropriate in a public place like that, but I don't know if I'd be that appalled. I'd actually be laughing about it. It's a little prank that someone pulled. That's all it is. It's just a prank. It's not like somebody threw a pornographic DVD in something and in the electronics department it played on all 19 televisions at the same time. Now that would be a little extreme. I'd be upset about that one. But some moaning and groaning, come on. Nothing to get your feathers all ruffled over. There's a guy that lives in Saudi Arabia. He's a British guy. He moved there about 25 years ago. He's in trouble right now. He's been in prison for a little over a year because he's been making homemade wine. And it's against the law. The government's really particular about stuff like this, I guess, in Saudi Arabia. He's 74 years old, and he's going to be publicly lashed 315 times. Flogging, in other words, for making homemade wine. His family is like so upset about this. First of all, you're 74 years old and you're making your own wine. Leave the guy alone. And it's kind of like here in the States where you're not supposed to be making moonshine. Okay, fine. You find somebody that's doing it, you slap them on the wrist and send them on their way. But this guy's going to get beat probably to death. 350 lashes he's going to get for making homemade. And he's only 74.
That's unbelievable, you know. In Singapore, you get a Singapore caning.
Yeah, Singapore whips your ass for doing stuff.
That's unbelievable.
I'm surprised anybody lives there anymore.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So, Godspeed with this guy. I don't know what's going to end up happening. He's got cancer. He's got real bad asthma. He's gonna die. This is gonna go from public punishment to like a public like murder. I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. This guy's not gonna make it. 350 lashes will definitely kill him. I'm sure it will. Got some good football games coming up this weekend. My Michigan Wolverines are at home playing Michigan State. That's a huge game, rivalry game right there. We're actually a 7-point favorite at home. Can't wait to watch that. It's on at 3:30. Wanted to go home and watch that game, but I'm definitely not going to make it. But I'll be in front of the TV. Phone off. No, actually, my phone won't be off. I'll be tweeting about every time we touch the ball, I'm sure. So you'll see that. Couple of good NFL games. Buffalo is at home against Cincinnati. And Buffalo starting QB right now is very questionable about starting for that game. Cincy's only a 3.5-point favorite. I think Cincy walks in there and destroys them. Buffalo looked good early in the season, but they fell off.
Yeah.
Minnesota's at home against Kansas City. That'll be a good game. I think Minnesota's defense shuts down Kansas City. My Detroit Lions look like crap. We might get our first one. We're playing the Bears at home. We're only a 3-point favorite. Maybe we should see if a few of the Michigan Wolverine players are left over from Saturday and come help us out in that game.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that bad if you're a Lions fan. The Jets are a favorite at home against the Redskins. You know what Jets stands for? JETS? Just end the season. I think they're going to get beat by Washington at home. Yeah. Pittsburgh's at home, and they're not favored. They're playing the Cardinals. I think that's a big mistake there. Pittsburgh always plays well at home. I know Big Ben's not at QB, but that 12th man, the crowd's definitely going to be a factor. And the other big game on the board is the Monday night game. The Giants are in Philadelphia. Giants are not favored. Philly looks good, but I think the Giants are better. Giants will definitely cover that 4 points. They'll win. What else you got, Mike?
Right now, I was going up in the Dollar Tree recently, and I cannot believe how much stuff they've been selling. And, I was up there just about maybe 35 minutes ago, and, you know how you find a crowbar for like 10, 15 bucks?
Right.
I found one for $1.
You found a crowbar at the dollar store for $1.
Yep.
Was it in the kids section? Were you shopping in the kids section again?
No.
Yes.
No, I found it in the tool, where the tools are at, and they sell a lot of things like name brands like Clorox, Tide, and I couldn't believe it, and all these name brands are only $1. They're gonna be, they're moving, they're the future, and they're, nothing against Dollar General. Dollar General's the past, and I cannot believe it, Dollar Tree has been booming like crazy, and, if anyone who wants to, save $1 or $2, check it out,
I love dollar stores just for the simple fact that there's a lot of stuff that you don't need, but a lot of knick-knack stuff that you'd like to have. I wonder if they have dollar stores in the UK. Because they don't have a dollar.
I think they might. I think they might.
What is it called? The Pound Store or the Euro Store?
Euro Store.
Euro Store. I have to ask my buddy Andy. He's from the UK. He'd know. Well, another great week's been put in the history book, so to speak. I know the enthusiasm was a little lacking today. A little tired. Wore out from my trip to Tampa. Not that it was that far, but the heat took a lot out of me, I guess, and just wore me down a little bit.
Oh, man, this cool weather's coming up.
I can't wait for the cool weather to come through. The surge is not really kicking in. They must have less caffeine or less sugar in this time around, because I'm more than halfway through this can, and I should be bouncing off the walls.
Oh, man, I remember when it did have a lot of caffeine.
Yeah,
I was bouncing.
It might be just carbonated water at this point. But I'm excited that it's back. I love it. Surge was one of my favorites. I can't get addicted to it, I guess, if it's got less sugar. Hey, you know what? I thought I saw you talking about dating websites not too long ago. Weren't you checking one out? Was that you? Maybe not.
Probably
Yeah.
Plenty of Fish.
Yeah. See, what other ones are you on? What are some of the more popular ones?
Zeus.
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 Was that like Zeus? Was that
Dating website.
Is it a gay one or something?
No,
What's a Zeus?
no, it's not gay.
What's the popular gay one?
I don't even know. What?
How do you not know?
I'm not gay, but I'm not gay. No offense. Love women, and by the way,
Here we go. Here we go.
It was National No Bra Day back on the 13th. Just literally amazed me that quite a few women participated in that little activity.
Did you participate on National No Bra Day?
No.
No, you kept your bra on. I'm
What?
surprised.
What?
Jeez. Wow.
What?
Yeah, well.
But I could not believe
I can't
a
believe
few
that.
women actually, did it. And,
Yeah, there's a big riff about that right now. Women being able to walk around topless because guys can. If that's what they want to do, fine, whatever. Doesn't bother me. You see one set of boobs, you want to see them all.
Yep, you see them all.
Yep. Not a big deal. So, you definitely weren't on Zeus, huh? Plenty of Fish, Zeus. I'll drop it because it is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny, but...
All right.
Well, guys, another week is in the history books.
Yep.
Said it again, yeah, I know, repetitive. And you won't find Mike on the popular gay website, dating website. You find him on the less popular ones. Maybe not, I don't know. But, well, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on all the social media plugs, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Links are in the description below. If you're watching this on your laptop, tablet, computer, whatever, bottom right-hand side of the screen, it says subscribe. Please click on that, follow, share it with your friends. This is Brian Gould, your host, along with
Shane O'Mike signing off.
I had to think about that for a minute, huh? Have a good weekend, guys.
Yep.
We'll catch you next week.
Yep.